everyone. It's Tuesday evening. It's getting cold, and I'm ready to make some ice cream. Hope y'all are too. So tonight's recipe is going to be for rum raisin with chocolate shreds. So I've got all of our ingredients here. We've got vanilla extract, some rum extract, 2 cans of condensed milk. We have our heavy whipping cream. We've got our raisins. We've got some chocolate shreds over here, and we have a little bit of ground allspice. Now let me tell you, the first things first. The raisins have been soaking in rum for 48 hours. You don't have to do it for 48 hours. 24 hours is a good time. You don't want to go below, I say, a minimum of 8, but that's probably a little bit low. You can see in here how they are plumped up. I actually had to add some more rum in there just to get the rum to cover them, and they are plumped up real well. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's get started here. All right, first we're going to mix the condensed milk. Get the pop top kind, not the kind where you have to make little holes because it takes forever to pour out. So I use a spoon to help get it out. Now we'll get most of it out. I may not get all of it out. It's okay. All right, that's 1 can. Can number 2. Okay, that gets our condensed milk. Now to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla. One-ish. 2. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons. I want to check my recipe to make sure. Measure twice, cut once. Oh, we're going to add 4 teaspoons of rum extract. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to say that's close enough because we have the rum and the raisins. Let's get a bit of rum in there. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and mix this together a little bit just to get it started. As you can see, the extracts loosen up the condensed milk to make it easy to stir. But you want to make sure you get around the edges because you can still see where the vanilla is because it's that darker brown or dark something in there. And you want to get it to be a uniform color and uniform consistency in doing this. Okay. Going to let that sit. Now we're going to start the whipping cream. I'm going to put it in our bowl here. You know what I forgot to do? The attachment. So I'm going to disappear momentarily. And grab the No, that's not it. It's got to be the whisking attachment. Here it is. Grab the whisking attachment. Put it on here. Lower it down. Lock it in place. Now, you want to make sure you don't whisk it too long, or else you'll turn it into butter, but you want to whisk it long enough so that it gets a little bit firm. So I usually do it for about 8.5 minutes at a setting of 4. It's kind of hard to tell on this whether it's 4 or 5 or 6. So. And around it goes. Keep an eye on it. While that's doing that, this was a 9-ounce box of raisins. I individually separated them because you want them all stuck together like you get in the box. Pulled off whatever stems I saw. The rest of it I put in this bowl. I covered it with rum. Like I said before, it's sat for 48 hours. And add a little bit more. I kept turning it, about every 8 to 12 hours or so. So I'm going to pour off the rum because we don't need all this rum in our ice cream mix. Alcohol makes it harder to freeze. So we're just going to pour off the rum. Now I don't know if this is 2 cups or if it's 1.5 cups or 3 cups or what. I just know if it's a 9-ounce box of raisins, however many is in there, that's good enough for me. Put it back in our bowl. Now these are dark raisins, so I used dark rum to pump them up. If I had used the yellow raisins, the lighter colored raisins, I would have used a lighter colored rum. Match the color of your rum to your raisins. Our milk is still churning over here. You can just let it go for a little bit. Keeping an eye on it. Give this another stir real quick. I like to keep it loose. We will be adding this to the whipped cream first. Then we will add our raisins. We will add our allspice, and we will add a cup of chocolate shreds. I have a little bit more over here that we will use to dust on top once we put the ice cream in its container. So while that's still going, I will let you know once we're done with all this, you can put it in a container, let it sit in the freezer a minimum of 4 hours. Generally, I do it for about 24 hours and let it get good and hard. What I do is I use these 5.5-ounce cups. They come with lids. It's the perfect serving size. Get it up to about there, so that's probably about 5 ounces worth. 4.5 to 5, I don't know. But it makes the perfect serving size. When people want some, you just go in and grab one. You don't have to get your ice cream scoop out. And, if it's over frozen in your freezer, you don't have to work at it and everything like that. All right, let's check on our whipping cream. It's coming along fine. I like to pull it off the edge here. I'm using a rubber spatula so that it hits the whisker and doesn't hurt. Just to get it off the edges some. It's starting to firm up. And it's not there yet. We want it to where it holds its shape. Now, you'll hear a lot of folks, if you watch the cooking shows, if you read recipes, they'll say to you get stiff peaks. You're not going to get stiff peaks when you're doing it in the Kitchen Aide mixer. It's just going to get firm and it'll hold its shape as it does. All right, as you can see, it's getting there. It's not just flowing back immediately. to go a little bit longer. It's just about where we want it. Volume has increased because what it's doing is it's grabbing air and it's trapping it inside the fat, basically, is what it's doing. Okay, it's holding its shape. If you want to take a look at it, it's getting where it's not smooth. You got clumps, you know, up on top. So that's about where we want it. So I'm going to turn it off now. I'm going to raise it up, and I'm going to clean it off, and you can see how it has stayed right where it was. It didn't all puddle back into the middle. Get it off here, because you don't want to waste any of that. Now this is just plain whipped cream. It has no sweetener, it has no flavor, it has no taste. So don't think that this is just, oh, a big bowl of whipped cream that you can eat. You don't want to eat it. This goes in the sink. Always clean your own dishes. You make the mess, you clean it up. Okay, first thing we're going to add is our condensed milk with the extracts added in. Let's take this off of here. I'm going to move that over here. Put this right here. That's good enough. Get my hand whisk. And here we go. It's going to take a minute to work it in. The bowls get full because we put all the air into the whipping cream. And we've added our milk now. You want to make sure you get it off the bottom. It worked in good. This will give you a good workout. Okay, so you can see in there when I pull it up from the bottom, you don't see any bright white. If you see bright white, that's whipping cream that hasn't gotten mixed in yet. You don't see any of the dark tan. That would be the condensed milk mixture. That wouldn't have gotten in, so we're doing good. We got it all worked in good. So now we're going to add our raisins. Like I said, there's still a little bit of alcohol in there, a little bit of rum. That's okay. You just don't want to overwhelm it with rum because that will affect the texture of your ice cream. I'm going to go ahead and add the chocolate. Well, let's get this mixed in a little bit. Just a little bit, just to get it off the top. We're going to get it all mixed in. Don't worry, they don't sink to the bottom. I'm going to add in, this is a cup of chocolate shreds. When you shred chocolate, be careful that you don't shred your knuckles. And we want 1/4 teaspoon of the allspice. Now don't worry if you don't have allspice. You can substitute cinnamon or nutmeg or clove, or just do without, because most rums now have some spices added into them anyway. So, okay, now we got to keep this mixed in real good. Get everything coated with the whipped cream mixture. Get it off the sides here. Okay, that's looking good. If you want to take a look at this, you can see how it's all mixed together. You don't see a lot of chocolate sitting on top, but if you look into it, you can see the chocolate bits. You can see the raisins are all through it. So that's just the way we want it. So now it's ready to put into your container and put in the freezer so you can enjoy it later. Like I said, I use these little cups. I've got 2 spoons here. And a little bit more. Flatten it out on top. Now I'm just going to dust it for good looks. So that's it. In 24 hours, I will be enjoying a cup of rum raisin ice cream with chocolate shreds. Appreciate it. Hope it works for y'all. We'll see you next time.